Hello, everybody. Welcome to Oxford News This Week. I'm Terry Stiles with my co-anchor, Jim Hughes.
And yes, we're here on another edition of Oxford News This Week. And what's coming up, Karen?
Well, it looks like help is needed for free meals, an update on out-of-commission trolley, and a secret donor giving back to Oxford football. All that and more. The Oxford News begins right now. The Oxford Chamber of Commerce seeks a new executive director after Amy Desautel's retirement. Desautel, who dedicated her years of advocating, leading, and shaping Oxford's business community, plans to spend more time with her family. The Chamber Board emphasizes her leadership's growth of the Chamber in Oxford's spirit. Candidates must have at least 5 years executive level experience, excellent communication and public relations skills, strategic planning, financial management, and team leadership experience. Knowledge of local government and Oxford area businesses is also important. For more information, visit the Oxford Chamber of Commerce Facebook page. And we're going to miss Amy. Jim?
Oxford's downtown trolley express, well, you know, we've come to enjoy that. He's going to be out of commission for due to some air suspension system issues, breakage, and facing some challenges in actually finding the right parts for the repair. Despite ordering several parts, none have been satisfactory. Chartering a trolley for special events is expensive, with a quote nearly $4,000 for a weekend. The Oxford Downtown Development Authority, the DDA, considers sponsorships, refunds, or even extending the season. The trolley was scheduled to run twice weekly in the downtown Oxford and downtown Lake Orion area, serving many special events. We're definitely going to be happy when that does get repaired. Terry?
The Oxford Downtown Development Authority's Concerts in the Park series is in full swing this summer. Parents, please keep an eye on your children during the shows to ensure safety. There have been close calls with the throwing of balls and running through the crowd, and expensive equipment can be damaged if families aren't paying attention. Concert goers should be respectful to others while listening. The dedicated kids area with coloring and lawn game is available on the south side of the park. Anyone can sit close to the band or dance in the green space. Let's work together to keep the vibes great for everyone, including the musicians who make the night possible. Jim?
Well, happy birthday. Oxford Indian Golf and Country Club hosting a gala event in the library. 100th anniversary. Attendees reminisce, laugh, they dine, raise funds for the beloved institution. The library is a community space where visitors of all ages can explore, engage, and even connect. All proceeds went to the Oxford Public Library Endowment Fund, which funds special collections, programs, and services. A free family-friendly celebration, making the century a service for August 13th. The festivities include a drum circle, a petting farm, face painting, therapy dogs will be there, food trucks, and a raffle, and more. The library is also setting up a commemorative t-shirt and hoodies, a box set of Pewabic pottery tiles, which is a special edition tumblers, and also you can visit the website to find out everything they have there. Their web address is m-i-o-p-l.com, or it's probably right there, /anniversary for more information. Terry?
The Free Meals Program in Oxford, which provides hot meals and groceries to families every Wednesday for over 5 years, faces collapse due to dwindling donations. Program lead Connie Miller, who spends $600 weekly stocking the pantry shelves at the Emmanuel Congregational Church, relies solely on donations to serve about 50 families. Even $1 can help, as the program serves guests from Oxford, Addison, Orion, and Brandon townships. Food donations boxes are available at the Oxford Township Hall. Oxford Township Parks and Recreation, Chase Bank, and the Oxford Community Television Studio right here. So donate to Connie. You can give her a call at 248-628-1610. And I mean, they're out there every single Wednesday, and there's always a lineup in front of that church. Jim?
A reminder of maybe proceeding slowly through construction zones or even maybe crash sites. Cedric Jones, a married father of 6, tragically last week died in a vehicle crash in Oakland County in the work zone while repairing a drainage basin. Southbound vehicle crossed the median and struck the workers, killing Jones, injuring 2 others. His family set up a GoFundMe page to honor his legacy. His wife, Roshonda, wants her children to pursue their dreams, as did Cedric. Once again, just a reminder, when you're headed to those work zones on the freeway, maybe slow it down a bit. Karen.
There's lots of them. Part of the Orion Road in Rochester Hills and Oakland Township will reopen this month. I don't know how that's going to happen after flooding in July washed part of it away. The Road Commission reviewed repair options after a record amount of rain caused the water main break, and then a 200-year-old rain event caused the road to go away. Pumps removed water and repairs were needed on multiple utility services. After the utility work, the commission will backfill and pave and reconstruct that section. They're also working with the Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy to conduct a study for further changes. Wow. Jim?
In an addendum to that last story, I think Thursday is going to be the upcoming date for that reopening.
Unbelievable.
In our Behind the Lens segment, which we always enjoy that, I do believe, let's get growing. The Oxford Downtown Development Authority Designing Committee and other volunteers recently built a new boxwood planter in the Washington Square. The shrubs join the newly painted rainbow chessboard or some of the other summer improvements that have already taken place. DDA has been working on, thank you to the helpers for making our downtown beautiful.
Yeah,
Okay, love
they
that.
sure
All
have.
part of the
Unbelievable.
Behind the Lens, but yeah, no, I mean I was surprised too. But the slated opening is actually, well, I mean, it's on Thursday.
Yeah, right.
So,
We're talking Thursday after this broadcast. What would be the date?
Thursday, like it should be
13th of
open today or
August?
by tomorrow.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
Before
which I mean,
August
we obviously,
2nd.
we film this and it gets broadcast after,
Right.
so you might want to check before you go through it. But as of right now, the slated open would have been Thursday,
Which
I
would
was
be the 1st of August,
Pretty
or the
much.
first week of August
That's
at
right,
least, right?
yes.
And speaking of 1st of August, everybody in this studio, besides 3 people, have birthdays in August. We're along with the library. So Jim's birthday, happy birthday, Jim.
Oh.
Happy birthday, Kyle. Happy birthday, Joe Calhoun.
Well,
And
it's your
happy
birthday,
birthday,
Jim.
Terry. And Alexis, who used to work here. It seems like Leos like to be in the spotlight,
Yeah.
I think.
I ran into Alexis over there down at the Grand Prix. She's now working. I mean, now another one of our success stories here at this
Yeah.
building. Went on to work on a lot of TV stations, and then now she does media relations for the mayor of Detroit.
Right.
And very busy young lady, very busy.
Yeah.
But we all are,
Adorable.
right?
Yeah.
Well, anyways, hope you guys are doing well wherever you are. And we'll coming up, we got more of this news coming on. It's new engine number 1. Okay, well, you know who's going to have that. That's our last story
That's our
today.
last
New
story.
engine number 1. Terry Stiles is going to have that. Great to have her back in the anchor chair. Coming back, he's got Auto Talk or Science in the News. It's Dave Kenny with 1 more or 2 more segments coming up here on OCTV on Oxford News
And
this
don't
week.
forget Jim with sports.
Jim with sports, yes. I think I'm doing it. We'll be back.
One in every 500 African Americans in the U.S. suffers from sickle cell disease. 1 in 3 African American blood donors is a match for patients with sickle cell. 1 appointment to donate blood with the American Red Cross can help save a life. Will you be that 1? Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood today to schedule an appointment at a location near you.
Welcome to this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny, and this story is taken from Automotive News. Honda wants to widen the appeal of its popular CR-V compact crossover with the addition of a Trail Sport hybrid model that sits mid-pack in the lineup and is priced at just over $40,000 with shipping. The CR-V Trail Sport is part of a mid-cycle freshen for the 2026 model year and is the Japanese automaker's first application of the rugged trim on a hybrid. It comes with all-wheel drive and offers exclusive styling, including a revised grille and knobbier tires. It also gets a slight boost in capability compared with the rest of the lineup. For 2026, the two entry CR-Vs get a 9-inch entry or touchscreen, and that's up from 7 inches. All other trims get a 10.2-inch display. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are now standard across the lineup. The Trail Sport sub-brand has proved to be popular among Honda buyers. According to Honda, Trail Sport models command 25% of the sales mix across the Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline nameplates. Sales of the Passport Trail Sport, which offers 2 of the rugged variants, account for 80%. The CR-V has been one of the Honda's top-selling vehicles since 1977. In May, sales increased 1.7% to just over 37,800 vehicles. That's about 2,000 less than the Accord and Civic combined in the same period and almost 3 times more than the number 2 selling crossover, the HR-V. The more rugged CR-V Trail Sport will compete, that is, with the off-roading models offered on 2 other high-volume compact crossovers, the Nissan Rogue Rock Creek and the Toyota RAV4 Woodland. The trio are the top 3 sellers in the category, one of the most competitive in the industry. In 2024, compact crossover volume reached 2.77 million, just shy of the 2.88 million combined sales across the pickup segment, including compact, midsize, and full-size, according to Automotive News Research and Data Center. With the 6th generation CR-V, when it debuted in 2022 for the 2023 model year, Honda added 2 hybrids at the top of the lineup as part of its methodical electrification strategy. For 2024, Honda added a 3rd hybrid trim, the Sport L. The Trail Sport is the 4th hybrid model. CR-V hybrids are powered by Honda's two-motor hybrid system paired to a 2-liter engine that delivers a combined 204 horsepower and 247 pound-feet of torque. It's the same system used on the Honda Accord. According to Honda, half of CR-V buyers opt for the hybrid. Combined hybrid sales across the Civic, Accord, and CR-V lines account for 30% of the mix. In early 2026, Honda will add the sporty hybrid-only Prelude Coupe. The CR-V Trail Sport has rugged styling cues, including a distinct front fascia and grille, 18-inch wheels with all-terrain tires, Trail Sport badging on the inside and out, as well as an exclusive ash green pearl paint color. It also offers modest mechanical upgrades for snow and trail driving. The CR-V Trail Sport introduces an upgraded version of Honda's all-wheel drive system that sends power more intelligently to the most tractive tires. It's now standard on all-wheel drive CR-Vs, which Honda says account for half of the total sales. A hill descent feature also helps the driver navigate steeper inclines or declines at low speeds with more control. The 2026 Honda CR-V is on sale with a starting price of $32,315. The top-end Sport Touring Hybrid costs $43,645. Both prices include shipping. The Trail Sport model will be assembled at the Honda's factory in Greensburg, Indiana. Well, that's it for this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny. Stay tuned to Oxford Community Television.
Back with you on Oxford News this week, Oxford Sports. Wildcat Stadium actually in due for receiving a brand new football field thanks to an anonymous private donor. The donor's gift covers the full cost, eliminating district funds. Construction will actually commence immediately. Athletic Director Tony DeMere is coordinating the effort with the coaches to ensure there's an uninterrupted practices and scheduling. The new turf will remain Wildcat Blue. The district hopes to have a new field ready for the first home game. If the deadline is missed, they'll notify families about a temporary location until completion. Superintendent Tanya Milligan expressed gratitude for this generous investment to the students, programs, and everybody in the district. Once again, somebody choosing to be anonymous. The Oxford baseball program has actually done it again. Congratulations to all this year's players. Their academic achievements in the classroom for the 2025 season. For the 6th consecutive year, Oxford High School baseball has earned the American Baseball Coaches Association Team Academic Excellence Award. Oxford is one of 5 Michigan high school programs to earn that award this year. Again, not only out on the athletic field, but also in the classroom. Great job to the players for their continued excellence in not only athletics, but in education. Urge you to stay tuned. We want to thank all the senior softball. We covered that here on OCTV. You can see many of our games here on the channel. And again, we wish them luck in years to come. We've been out there covering senior softball. And the gentlemen definitely work real hard. If you ever want to catch a game, they usually play on Wednesday mornings at the Seymour Lake Park. Getting ready for some fall sports. We're all looking forward to that. Coming back, Dave Kenny has a segment. Terry has our last story today. And the last story is called the Oxford Fire Department recently getting a new engine. We're back in a moment. Stay there. You're watching Oxford News This Week.
Welcome to Science in the News. I'm Dave Kenny, and this story is taken from New Scientist. We are undergoing unprecedented loss of fresh water across the planet. Intensive groundwater pumping, evaporation, and melting due to rising global temperatures have shifted a growing amount of fresh water from the continents to the oceans. This threatens water availability for most of the world's population and adds to sea level rise. Jay Famiglietti at Arizona State University and his colleagues used gravity measurements from satellites to estimate changes in the total amount of water mass stored on the continents. That includes all forms of fresh water, from rivers and underground aquifers to glaciers and ice sheets. These measurements show that there have been an alarming decline in fresh water in many parts of the world between 2002 and 2024. The researchers found dry regions aren't just getting drier, a trend expected with climate change. They are also expanding by more than 800,000 square kilometers per year, an area about the size of the UK and France combined. The team identified 4 mega drying regions where separate areas of freshwater loss have now connected to create a swath of drying. Those include northern Canada and Russia, where loss is driven by melting glaciers, permafrost, and reduced snow. In the other 2 regions, water loss is dominated by groundwater depletion, mainly from pumping for irrigation. Those are the U.S. Southwest, much of Central America, and a region stretching from Western Europe and North America to northern India, that is to say North Africa, to northern India and China. They found groundwater depletion, which can be exacerbated by heat and drought, prompting people to pump more, makes up 68% of the decline in overall water storage. This transfer of mass is so large that it has become a major contributor to sea level rise. They found since 2015, water loss from the continents has caused more sea level rise than meltwater from the Antarctic or Greenland ice sheets, raising the oceans by just under a millimeter per year. These trends together send perhaps the direst message on the impact of climate change to date, the researchers write in their report. The continents are drying, freshwater availability is shrinking, and sea level rise is accelerating. We already knew about these drying trends in many individual regions, says Manacher Sarai at the Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University. But he says the power of this research comes from its global view of the problem. We are not producing water or destroying water, we are just redistributing water. But redistribution is not going in the right direction, he says. The next step is to really do the detailed diagnosis to actually separate out what's driving the groundwater depletion, says Benjamin Cook at Columbia University in New York. It would take a little more detail to separate the climate change story from the groundwater depletion story, he says, and save the water. Well, that's it for this edition of Science in the News. I'm Dave Kinney.
When a crisis hits, close to home and across the globe, nonprofits are on the front lines, ready to serve.
Keep coming.
The demand for charitable services has skyrocketed, and nonprofits are rising to meet the needs. Healing, nurturing, rescuing, honoring, protecting, caring, inspiring. The work of philanthropic organizations of all sizes, across all missions, has never been more important. And it's donors and volunteers like you who make all this possible. Thank you. Together, we change the world. The Nonprofit Alliance.
So we're back with the last story, and they've been waiting a long time for this. The Oxford Fire Department recently received a new engine commemorating the occasion with a traditional push-in ceremony. This symbolic act pays tribute to the department's firefighting history. The new Sufin fire engine replaces the 2010 truck and features significant updates, including a larger motor, transmission pump, and capacity, all essential for areas with limited hydrants, which we have in our community. It can also pull water from ponds, streams, and lakes. The engine boasts improved lighting and will serve as the department's frontline rig for the next 15 years. Custom ordered in 2022, the engine cost over $680,000 and will be funded through the fire department's fire millage. So thank you to the community for that.
Well, yeah, they
Cool.
definitely voted for it and they wanted it, and
Yeah.
it made it better. Like I said, I mean, that new fire equipment and the new hospital, which everybody, you
Yeah,
know,
we're
a
so
lot of people
lucky.
are making use of that. I know my
Yeah.
parents have used it twice.
Yep.
And I mean, it just adds to the value of the homes around here.
Yes.
And I mean, and the safety, the most important thing.
And also, I think it does affect the ISO ratings when we have newer equipment, upgraded equipment, and the
Right.
fact that that fire truck can pull out of ponds and lakes.
Oh, nice.
That's so helpful, and that's a lot
Yeah, well,
safer, and we have plenty of those.
Well, right, yeah, and then they also, I know last year they invested in for the electric vehicle, they invested in a lot of these blankets. You can't put out a regular fire on an electric vehicle.
Right.
You have to use a blanket,
Sure.
and all the fire departments actually had to go out and get those.
Oh, God.
So what I'm saying, they've
Yeah.
even added there too. So when you're, investing in your fire department, you're investing in your own safety.
Right, and they just, the community just approved in November an increased millage to make up for the,
Right.
I can't remember what it's called, but the
Fire
chief was
millage,
very
maybe?
relieved. No, that makes it,
They wanted
the
more
millage go
cash.
backwards.
That's good.
Yeah, and the chief was very relieved, and they had already ordered that truck, so.
Oh, nice.
And
Okay.
and you mentioned the hospital, McLaren.
Yeah.
I used it several times in the past year, and those people are so professional, and it's cool to see how they work hand in hand,
Right.
and in concert with the fire department. It's really
My
we're lucky.
dad went up there on an emergency, and I mean, if that wouldn't have been there, it would have been 14 miles south or 14 up.
Yeah, you
And like
and
I
me
said, it's just, and I'll tell you, the big proponent of that, of many, many years of Jack Curtis. And I mean, he was like, every time you saw him, he wanted a hospital. And I'm telling you, that is got to be one of the best things that this community has really
Yeah,
attained.
because they do trauma, and they transport. So it's, they're.
Well,
it's
you're a
really
customer
nice.
too, you know.
Yes, I am. They saved my life.
Yep.
They really did.
Now, in a segment we've come to know and love and don't really put up on the script, it's called "What is Cherry reading or listening to now?"
wish I
What's
could-
going on?
Well, I'm reading two books. One is by Bill Bryson.
Yeah.
He writes about fun things. It's the Appalachian Trail that he and a friend
Mm-hmm.
actually took the hiked the Appalachian Trail from Georgia up through to Vermont.
Wow.
And he's a funny writer. I'm reading that as well as another book called The 40-Year Kiss. It's just kind of a romance novel. So I'm reading two of them right
She's
now.
reading the 40-Year Kiss by the pool, and she's reading the other one in the
Yeah,
library.
Exactly. On vacation and on my way to work.
She's got it covered, too. You probably got that one. No, this is an educational book.
Yes, it is.
Well, there you go. As I say, something you can do, like go pick up, I know she does it on, I don't want to say tape, but on
It's
audio.
right.
Yeah.
Downloads from the library, so the
Right.
books are free. The library download is called Libby, and it's so worth it. And we just celebrated 100 years for the Oxford Library. That's a great way, if you don't have time to get in there all the time and scout around on the books, great way to do it.
Cool. And I think everybody dressed up at that little event, right? They all
Well,
look
it was
like,
quite a soiree. I missed it. I bought a ticket and then I missed it. I had company in from out of town and overwhelmed. But I understand it was very nice. Chuck Cameron from our studio went with his wife, Terry, and
nice.
they loved it.
well, there you go.
Well done,
Another, we just plowed down the field of Oxford events and Orient events and all the events. Oh, we
Can I
have,
do one more thing?
you
I
do
want
it.
to say hi to my cousin Dominic. He's a young man who lives in California, and he watches our news. So hi, Dominic. I miss you. Okay, sorry about that. That was so personal.
Hi,
I just want to say hi.
Hey, Dominic, I just want to remind you, amongst our other viewers out there, OCTV can actually be viewed right here. Well, you know, Dominic, you're here.
There you go.
Spectrum Charter Channel 191. I always wonder, like, when people were watching, why we even do this, right?
Yeah.
And Channel 99 on the ATT Uverse system. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, the Amazon Fire TV Stick, and even the Roku app. If you have a show idea, or maybe you'd like to sponsor one of our programs, we are open to that as well, and maybe you'd like to be a volunteer. Contact the OCTV Studios, our office, so easily attained, 248-628-9658. I'm going to repeat it again, 248-628-9658. Special thank you to producer and director Kyle Snage, always making us sound better than we sometimes are.
Yep.
News writer extraordinaire Allison Miller.
Yes.
Station manager Terry Stiles, oh yes. And for everyone here at OCTV, I'm Jim Hughes. Hoping you have a safe week and invite you back next time. And again, where we will all take a look at Oxford News this week. Have a good day, Dominic.
Thank you.